My name is Anne Hinkle. I'm an associate copy editor with Cornerstone Press, and I'm going to read you an excerpt from Syncopation. In this section, Adèle is mid-teens, a little bit older, and her father is hosting a party at which George Sand, a famous author, is attending. This is a good part. Finishing her third glass of wine, Adèle noticed someone leave George Sand's side, and Papa moved in to speak with her. Discreetly, Adèle slid through the room and took a seat adjacent to where the two writers stood. Papa was talking. Finished it several weeks ago. It is a truly remarkable work. The skill with which you create a scene is lovely, just lovely. That is the highest of compliments coming from the master himself. I've read everything that you've published and attended all of your plays. Did you know that I was in the front row for the opening day of Lucrece Borgia? I had no idea. You should have come backstage and introduced yourself. Oh no, it was a triumphant moment for you. I wouldn't have wanted to bother you at such a time. Besides, I was too engrossed with thinking about the play. There was so much meaning in the story, and yet it was so simply told. I needed time to ponder and deliberate. I stand in awe of your ability to connect what is important, both politically and socially, with what is happening to every man. Adèle rolled her eyes. George was offering wine to a drunkard. Papa would drink and drink of those compliments. Puffing out his chest, Victor responded, Well, isn't that the heart of art? One must speak for every man. One must make clear, through literature or painting or architecture, what is it that makes us human, what makes us feel love and feel pain. One cannot endure a government that gives humanity to some and denies it to others. I believe that art is the means to changing men's hearts and minds, both politically and otherwise. George Sand nodded. And you have done so. The people love you for it. In my own way, I hope I can do the same for the plight of being female, explaining to the world what it means to feel love and feel pain as a woman. Adèle felt the hot hair on her arm stand up. This was it. George had offered the bait, and Papa would not be able to resist. Victor spoke. It is a noble goal, no doubt, and no one can doubt your success. In Indiana, you forced the reader to confront the anguish of being a woman. That story was an awakening for me. But in your work, you have used your own experiences to illustrate the injustices done to women. In general, I think a story can be told better by fictional characters who can represent the absolutes of life. Using yourself as the main character can confuse the reader, don't you think? The characters may be like me, but they are not me. Still, when a writer has experienced a tragedy or a great love or anything important, those things belong to the writer, and the writer is obligated to share them in the world. God has caused me to endure what I have endured in order to share these experiences. Papa frowned and nodded simultaneously. But by writing of your personal experiences, you are exposing not only your enemies, but your family and friends. The details of a person's private life should remain private. Only those who have earned ridicule are exposed to ridicule, and true heroes can be admired by many. That is, of course, assuming the public can unravel the roman clef, which most usually cannot. Papa continued, I've never approved of the roman clef. A writer can share his tragedies or great loves through imaginary characters and situations. An artist is most persuasive when, through imaginary characters which readers can wholeheartedly love or hate, he shows the flaws in an existing political or social system. Perhaps I have such a novel in my future, answered George Sand diplomatically. I disagree with you about the usefulness of the roman clef, but that is not the only style story I will write. I have dozens of novels in my head, needing only time and paper to get them out. Adèle stared across the room. Her mother was calling her with hand movements, but the message was not being relayed from her eyes to her brain. Papa and George Sand had met. They had debated. Papa had even criticized her work, but he had done it with the utmost propriety. There would be no gossip about Papa in Paris tomorrow. The world would continue to adore him. Don't cry, Dede. If you write a scene that never occurred, you can write it any way that you want. Crumple the paper. Start again. You can make Papa a villain. You can make the world hate Papa. No, Dede, I can't. No matter how many times I write it, Papa will always behave perfectly. The world will always adore Papa. I really like that part because Victor Hugo is an excellent writer, and before reading this book, I'd never really known anything about his personal life. So this was really interesting. And something I think that's really interesting is how he's still a sympathetic character even though he puts Adèle through so much.